An hour on the treadmill will burn some calories. It will also take an hour, do almost nothing for your strength, and leave you exactly as weak as you started. There's a faster way, and it's older than every machine in your gym. 5 dumbbell exercises. Built on Soviet training logic. Compound, brutal, repeatable. Do them right and you'll burn more fat in 20 minutes than you will in an hour of slow cardio, and you'll build real strength while you do it. Here's why they work. Every movement on this list loads your whole body at once. Legs, back, grip, core, lungs, all firing in the same rep. Your heart rate climbs because your muscles are demanding oxygen, not because you set a machine to level 8. That's the difference. Slow cardio burns while you're doing it. Step off, and the burn stops. Loaded full-body work leaves your body paying the bill for hours afterward, and it leaves you stronger. Less time, more output. Nothing decorative. Grab 2 dumbbells. Exercise 1. The Dumbbell Thruster. This is a front squat and an overhead press welded into one movement. If you only ever did one dumbbell exercise for the rest of your life, this is the one. Here's why it hits so hard. Your legs are the biggest muscle group you own. Your shoulders sit at the far end of the chain. When you load both in a single unbroken rep, your heart has to pump blood from the floor to the ceiling and back. That's why thrusters spike your heart rate faster than almost anything you can do with 2 dumbbells. Here's how you do it. Dumbbells racked on your shoulders, elbows tucked in, feet about shoulder width. Sit down into a squat, hips back, chest tall, thighs to parallel or lower if your hips allow it. Drive up hard through your heels. As you stand, let that leg drive travel up through your body and press the dumbbells straight overhead. Lock out. Bring them back to your shoulders. Straight into the next one. The mistake almost everyone makes is treating it as 2 exercises. They squat, they stand up, they pause, then they press. That kills it. The leg drive is supposed to launch the press. One motion, bottom to top. Watch your breathing too. Most men hold their breath through the whole rep and gas out by set 3. Breathe in on the way down, out as you press. 6 to 10 reps. Pick a weight where rep 8 is honest work, but rep 10 isn't a disaster. Exercise 2. The Renegade Row. Now we go to the floor. Get into a push-up position with a dumbbell in each hand, feet wider than normal. That width isn't optional, it's your base. Row 1 dumbbell up toward your hip, squeeze your back, set it down under control. Then the other side. That's 1 rep. Here's what's actually happening, and it's not what most people think. The rowing is the easy part. The real work is everything you're doing to stop your hips from twisting when one hand leaves the ground. Your obliques, your deep core, your glutes, all of it fires just to keep you square. That's anti-rotation strength. It's the thing that protects your lower back when you carry a heavy bag up a flight of stairs or lift something awkward out of a car. Soviet training obsessed over stability under load for exactly that reason. Strength that only shows up on a machine with your chest on a pad isn't strength you can use. For fat loss, it's brutal in the best way. You're holding a plank the entire time while pulling weight and fighting rotation. Your whole body is under tension for every second of the set. Nothing gets to rest. Keep your hips level. If they're rocking side to side, the weight is too heavy. Drop it. Squeeze your glutes hard before the first rep and hold that the whole set. It locks your hips in place. 6 to 8 rows per side. Exercise 3. The Dumbbell Swing. 1 dumbbell, both hands on the handle. Feet a little wider than your hips. Hinge at the hips. Push your backside toward the wall behind you. Keep your back flat. Let the dumbbell hike between your legs. Then snap your hips forward, hard, and let that force throw the weight up to chest height. Don't lift it with your arms. Your arms are rope. Let it fall back down into the hinge and go again. This one is misunderstood constantly. People squat it. They bend their knees, lower the weight to the floor, and stand up. That's a squat with a dangling dumbbell. The swing is a hinge. It comes from your hamstrings, your glutes, and your lower back working as one unit. Why it burns fat better than steady cardio. It's explosive and repeatable. Every rep is a maximum intent hip snap, but the movement is smooth enough that you can string together 30 of them. That combination, power output plus volume, drives your heart rate up and keeps it there without touching your joints the way running does. 15 to 25 reps, or 30 seconds of continuous swings. When your hips stop snapping and your arms start pulling, the set is over. Now stop for a second. Before you copy any of this, there's one thing you need to understand, because it changes how you train all 5. In 1981, the Soviet Union made the kettlebell official equipment for workers across the entire country. Not a gym trend, a national tool. And the reason wasn't aesthetics. It was work capacity. The ability to lift, carry, and keep going when you were already tired. That was the standard, not how you looked. What you could still do at minute 40. Which is why their lifters were famous for not training to failure. Their sports scientists, Verkhoshansky, Medvedev, Prilipin, built systems around sub-maximal work, roughly 70 to 85% of what you could handle. Quality reps, repeated often, instead of one heroic set that wrecks you for 3 days. Repeated often, that's the part everybody skips. Most men train one brutal session, lose 4 days to recovery, and call it a week. The Soviets flipped that. Slightly easier sessions, far more of them. The total work over a month buries anything you'd get from destroying yourself every Monday. For a guy in his 40s with a job and 2 knees he'd like to keep, that isn't a compromise. That's the whole reason it works. If that logic makes sense to you, subscribe. This channel is built on training systems that hold up over years, not weeks. And notice the pattern under all of this by now. Not one of these movements isolates anything. There's no curl for the sake of a curl. There's no lateral raise. Every single one demands that multiple systems work at the same time. Legs, spine, grip, lungs. Soviet training was built for people who had to perform under fatigue. Soldiers, laborers, athletes. The body they wanted wasn't a display body, it was a working body. The fat loss came as a byproduct of the workload. That's the entire argument of this video. You don't chase fat, you chase capacity, and the fat leaves because it has to. 2 more. Exercise 4, the reverse lunge to curl and press. 1 leg at a time now, and this is where most men find out something uncomfortable. Dumbbells at your sides. Step your right foot back, drop your back knee toward the floor, keep your torso upright, push through your front heel to stand. As you come up, curl the dumbbells, then press them overhead, lower them, step back with the same leg, finish your reps, then switch sides. The reverse lunge is on this list instead of the forward lunge for a reason. Stepping backward keeps your front knee stacked over your foot and takes a lot of the shear stress off the joint. If your knees have some mileage on them, this is the version you can keep doing for the next 20 years. What it exposes is imbalance. Almost everyone has a weaker side. Barbell work hides it. Single leg work with a dumbbell in each hand doesn't. You'll feel one side wobble and the other feel solid, and closing that gap is worth more than adding 10 kilos to your bench. Metabolically, it's a monster because you're moving your entire body weight plus load through a long range, then adding an upper body finisher on every single rep. There is nowhere to hide. 6 to 8 reps per leg. Don't add the curl and press until the lunge itself feels stable. Exercise 5, the suitcase carry. We finish with the simplest thing on the list and the one that will humble you fastest. 1 heavy dumbbell, 1 hand, stand tall, brace your core, and walk. That's it. Shoulders level, ribs down, no leaning to counterbalance the weight. Walk 30 to 40 seconds, switch hands, repeat. Soviet strongman tradition and military load-bearing were built on this, carrying awkward weight over distance without your structure collapsing. Loaded carries never went out of style in serious strength circles because nothing else builds this specific quality. Here's the work you can't see. The weight on one side is trying to bend you sideways. Every muscle down the opposite side of your torso is firing continuously to stop it. Add your grip, which will fail long before your legs do, and your traps holding the shoulder in place, and you've got a full body isometric that also happens to be a walk. The common mistake is leaning away from the dumbbell. If you're tilted, you've beaten the point of the exercise. Go lighter and stay straight. If your grip gives out at 20 seconds, that's information. Grip strength is one of the most consistent markers of physical durability as men age. Fix it. Now, how you actually use this. Run all 5 as a circuit. Thruster, Renegade Row, Swing, Lunge, Carry. Rest 60 to 90 seconds between rounds. 3 to 5 rounds depending on where you're starting. That's 15 to 25 minutes of work. 2 to 4 sessions a week, with a rest day between them. That's the whole program. Keep the weight sub-maximal. You should finish every set knowing you had 2 or 3 more reps in the tank. That's not going easy, that's the mechanism. It's what lets you train again on Thursday instead of limping through the week, and consistent weeks are what actually change your body. If you only have 1 pair of dumbbells, don't stress about load. Slow the lowering phase down and cut your rest to 45 seconds. Same session, harder work. Don't chase soreness. Chase the 4th round feeling cleaner than it did last month. One last thing. Conditioning is not how long you can jog. Conditioning is how much strength you still have when you're tired. That's the standard the Soviets measured against, and it's the only one that means anything outside a gym. Nobody gets tested on a treadmill. You get tested when something heavy needs moving and you're already worn out. 5 exercises. A pair of dumbbells. 20 minutes. Start with 3 rounds this week. Write down what you used. Beat it next week.